A lot of times the person who is struggling with a homosexual tendency, they don't want to actually act upon it. So they're coming to you as a friend or just as a Muslim to say, help me to not actually commit homosexuality. Because in Islam, homosexuality it's not defined as an identity or a temptation. It's defined as an action. So legally, in the law, it's an action. So if the person hasn't done the action, even if they have that desire, they're not, technically under Islamic law, they're not a homosexual. I mean, they're not doing the homosexual act. In America, it's become an entire identity. So sometimes when we do counseling with different people who are, I mean, not counseling, it's chaplaincy, we let them know, because they come and they say, like, are we going to hell? You know, because we have this desire. No, the desire itself does not identify you in a particular way as, under the Sharia. It's acting upon it. And also, subhanAllah, when they don't get the right kind of support in trying to remain chaste as a Muslim who has this desire, if they don't get the right kind of support from Muslims, they will go to the homosexual movement in America to try to find some kind of support. And that's very different, because that's a movement that has a particular agenda that's seeking certain political gains. And so it's very important that the Muslim community gives them the spiritual support they need to remain chaste as a believer and not participate in the action. So, and it's also to keep the confidentiality of the fact that they've come to you saying, I have this desire, but I don't want to act upon it. Or sometimes they may say, I acted upon it in the past, but I never want to do it again. And something that's recurring, unfortunately, is that they are, this experience is so difficult for them that they will have suicidal ideation. And there are some unfortunate cases of young people who actually did commit suicide, that were Muslims who had these desires, but somehow they felt like there's no place for them in Islam, there's no place for them with the Ummah, and different issues. Eventually they committed suicide. It's really sad. And the people around them, actually, for a particular case, the person who committed suicide, some Muslims treated that person's death in a very ignoble manner, to the extent that other Muslims actually left Islam. Other Muslims left Islam because of the mistreatment of a Muslim who had a homosexual desire, right? Who committed suicide. And I just want to paint this picture just so that we know that as much as we say this is a red line and this is an action that we do not accept as Muslims and as believers, there's also a very true reality to the spiritual journey that every person has. Whether they have a homosexual desire, or it's a heterosexual desire. If the person is saying, I want to remain faithful to my deen, I need support, then we need to find a way to support them without ostracizing them and keeping the confidentiality of their particular struggle. And if someone comes and they can't find a way to remain faithfully Muslim and have this desire because you somehow shun them, then you basically help the shaitan against your brother.